Could Chief Stew Aesha Scott be the problem with the interior team? Below Deck Mediterranean Season 9 has seen the Mustique staff continuously straining to do their tasks aboard the superyacht. There have been various problems during the charter season, despite the crew of Below Deck Mediterranean Season 9's diligent efforts to provide customers with the finest experience possible. As Captain Stu Aesha had previously served under Captain Sandy Yon and Captain Jason Chambers of Below Deck Down Under, he thought taking on a new squad would be simple. Sadly, Aesha wasn't prepared for the drama. Aesha wasn't fully prepared for the troubles that seemed to be waiting for her on board Mustique when she arrived as Chief Stew, even though she had dealt with them as a stew in the past. Aesha seemed prepared for anything during the charter season, having gained experience on Below Deck Down Under Season 2, where she dealt with a significant issue of sexual assault from outside crew member Luke Jones with her stew Margaret Sisson. Ellie Dubaich and Brian Muller, Aesha's two stews, introduced her, and Aesha knew she could be in over her head. Numerous yachties have risen in their jobs throughout their time on the series, while numerous stews have changed positions throughout Below Deck history. After serving as a chief stew on Below Deck Down Under, Aesha felt she was prepared to dive right into the action on the show when she returned to Below Deck Mediterranean. Instead of remaining aboard Below Deck Down Under, where she appeared to be aware of the strain, Aesha returned to Mediterranean in search of a fresh opportunity. Aesha had worked as a chief stew before, but this was a whole new experience for her under Captain Sandy. Aesha was thrilled to get the opportunity to work with a legendary Captain Sandy, but she wasn't quite prepared for what becoming Captain Sandy's chief stew would entail. The interior crew had to put in more work than normal because they were forced to be down a stew owing limited cabin space, and it was difficult to handle the interpersonal conflicts amongst Aesha's stews. Aesha found it difficult to be firm in the demands of her crew while serving as chief stew on Mustique. Rather of attempting to find a solution to help Ellie and Bri put their personal difficulties to rest, Aesha chose to just listen to them vent about their problems as they were going through a bizarre love triangle that caused them to personally distrust each other. Aesha seemed to be much more detached than she ought to have been, refusing to offer advice to Ellie and Bri or even attempt to resolve their issues. While it was entertaining to see Aesha during her stint on Below Deck Mediterranean Season 9, her leadership approach on Mustique wasn't the finest. It's not always the best course of action to choose to take a more passive approach when working with a team that is already understaffed. Rather, Aesha ought to have been capable of managing a conversation with her stews on the problems affecting their performance. The Below Deck Mediterranean stew may not have been able to dismiss the stews for their issues, but she might have been more firm in her directions and encouraged them to proceed. They may have done better if Aesha had been more assertive.